Hello children, how are you? Hope good. This is Shahab Khan and I'm back with my new video on my YouTube channel Urban Learning Way UL Way. The previous video was very well received and I'd like to thank everyone who watched the video. When I say this, every time when I say this, I reiterate it and I'm doing it again that I know that the universe of my YouTube channel is not big. It's not small either. It's not very small either. It's tiny. Tiny like a speck or dot on the horizon. So I'd like to thank everybody again for watching the video. Right, so what did we study in the previous video? We studied the description in the words of Casca as to how during the feast of Lupercal, Caesar was offered the crown thrice and he refused it thrice and the people disapproved of it and they did not like it. And how Caesar fainted, and when he came back to his senses, how Caesar asked for forgiveness for his deed because he said that it happened because of his disease or illness. So that's about the previous video. I'll try and finish the scene 2 in this video. So let's start the text now. Brutus, and after that he came thus sad away. Casca, A. Cassius, did Cicero say anything? Casca, A. He spoke Greek. Cassius, to what effect? Casca, nay, and I tell you that I'll never look you eye the face again. But those that understood him smiled at one another and shook their heads. But for my own part, it was Greek to me. I could tell you more news too. Murillus and Flavius, for pulling scarves of Caesar's images, are put to silence. Fare you well. There was more foolery yet, if I could remember it. Cassius, will you sup with me tonight? Casca, no, I am promised forth. Cassius, will you dine with me tomorrow? Casca, A, if I be alive and your mind hold and your dinner worth the eating. Cassius, good, I'll expect you. Casca, do so, farewell both. So Brutus said that it was wanted to confirm it from Casca that it was because of Caesar fainting that it looked so sad and serious. And Casca confirms it that yes, it was because him fainting that he looked serious. Then Cassius asks Casca, did Cicero say anything? And Casca replied that yes, he said something in Greek, but Casca being less educated than Cicero, he did not understand a thing. See, this is the place where this phrase, it is Greek to me with its variation, got its origin from. Casca used this in literal sense. Okay, Casca used this in literal sense, but now we use it as a figurative phrase or a figurative idiom. Historically also it was used like earlier in the times of Shakespeare and before that time, Greek was considered the language of the scholarly and the educated. So only few people knew, those who were educated knew how to speak Greek. So it was used in the literal sense then, but because of the use of this phrase in this particular passage of plays, it has become very popular phrase now. And so this phrase owes its popularity to this particular passage of play, Julius Caesar. Coming back to the text, Cassius asks Casca again, did Cicero say anything? And Casca said, if he told him what Cicero said, he would not be able to look him into the face because he would be lying. But he said that those who understood it, they gladly nodded their head and they showed their appreciation by shaking their heads. But he did not understand a thing because it was Greek to him. It was Greek to Casca. And then Casca tells that he had some more news to tell, and that was about Murillus and Flavius. Murillus and Flavius had been executed or killed because of removing the decorations and trying to disperse the crowd that had come to celebrate the victory of Caesar over Pompey's son. Yeah, this shows the absolute power of Caesar and the danger of opposing him. And this was used as an argument by Cassius against Caesar. Casca says that there was more foolishness, but he did not remember them. And then Cassius invites Casca for dinner, but he refuses the invitation. He declines the invitation by saying that he had other commitments. Then Cassius asks Casca to come the next day for the dinner, and he accepts the invitation and saying that he will come the next day. Cassius said that he would be waiting for him, and Casca takes farewell and exits the scene. Brutus, what a blunt fellow it is this grown to be. He was quick mettle when he went to school. Cassius, So is he now in execution of any bold or noble enterprise. However, he puts on this tardy form. This rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives men stomach to digest his words with better appetite. And so, Brutus, and so it is. For this time I'll leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I'll come home to you, or if you will, come home to me, and I'll wait for you. Cassius, I'll do so. Till then, think of the world. When Casca exits, Brutus says about Casca that he was so witty and intelligent when he was in school. Cassius says that he's still quick-witted when it comes to execution of any honorable matter, and he won't be lacking there, although he does appear dull. He says that his words carry a lot of wisdom, and yes, there's crudeness in everything that he speaks. It is not refined manner of speaking, but this adds to the power of the wisdom of his words. He says that it's like tasty sauce, which adds more power, more value to the words of wisdom that he speaks, and which adds more power and more value to the words of wisdom that he speaks, and this makes it more appealing and more compelling to the people that he talks to. And it was quite evident that Cassius considered Casca to be an asset. Brutus says that it was time for him to take leave now, and if Cassius wanted to speak to him, he could come to Cassius's house tomorrow, or else Cassius could come to Brutus's house, and then they can talk there tomorrow. Cassius says that he would come to his house, and says that till the time that they meet again, Brutus should think what should be done that would be better for the world. World here implies the Rome only. Okay, what would be better for Rome? What would be good for Rome? Well, Cassius, I'll do so. Till then, think of the world. Exit Brutus. Well, Brutus, thou art noble, yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought. From that it is disposed. Therefore, 'tis meet that noble minds keep ever with their likes, for whoso form that cannot be seduced. Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now and he were Cassius, he should not humor me. I will this night in several hands in at his windows throw, as if they came from several citizens, writings, all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name, wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure, for he will shake him, or worst days endure. When Brutus exits, Cassius starts his monologue. He says, Brutus, you are noble, but not tough enough that your thoughts and action cannot be molded and bent. He says, hence people should stay with like-minded people, for no one is so tough that their thoughts and actions, that they cannot be influenced. No one is so tough that they cannot be influenced. People are liable to succumb to what others want. Cassius says that Caesar does not like him, but he loves Brutus. And if he were in Brutus's place, nothing could influence him for the sake of love and friendship. This shows the selfish nature of Cassius. See how he's trying to build up the conspiracy. He is trying to influence others by talking of lofty ideals, high values, talking about the Senate, talking about noble qualities associated with Roman citizens, Roman noblemen. But at the core of his heart, what he feels that if he was friends with Caesar, he would reap many benefits. He could reap many benefits, and in that case, all the things which are wrong now may not appear wrong, because he would get favor from Caesar. And when he would get favors from Caesar, he would forget about everything else. He won't care about what is happening to the Rome, what is happening to Romans, what is happening is what things that are taking place, things that are happening. Are they good for Rome? That won't matter to him in that case. Cassius reveals his plan of action. What he's going to do to ensure that the conspiracy takes its proper course. He says that we throw in a few letters through Brutus's window in different handwritings, as if they came from different citizens. But actually, it would be him only who would be writing the letters and throwing the letters through Brutus's window. And what would be the subject matter of the letters? They would all cater to the same subject that Brutus they will all cater to the same subject that Rome considered Brutus to be great, and they were wary of the ambition of they were wary of Caesar's ambition. This would be what in different ways, in different writings, would be there in the letter, and he thinks that this way he will be able to remove Caesar from power. But if this attempt fails, he says that Cassius says that it would be difficult to imagine how tough the life and days would be for them. So that ends scene 2. It's a very, very long scene, but this scene reveals many of the characters of the play, and it lays down the platform for the future course of action. In the next video, we'll start scene 3, where the supernatural will come into play, which is interesting and intriguing at the same time, and an important part of many of Shakespeare's plays. So that's it, children. I hope you have understood the things well. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the comment section. Keep watching, keep liking, and keep subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching the video.